Do you reckon when they were making cigarettes right at the start, they always knew it was bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
The same with sugar. They knew sugar was bad, but the sugar companies came out and
were
go,
saying that it was fat.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah,
fat.
Fat's the bad thing.
All right, sweet. Eat yogurt with no fat in it. It's got a gallon of sugar, but why is everyone fat? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, with this, I was at the dentist earlier before we shot
Yes,
this.
that's why we were late, because
fucking worst.
stupid Stu had the dentist.
Yeah. Anyway, I booked it before I knew that we were doing this, so anyway. But I was sitting there and they have this thing on the wall, which is good. It had like bags of sugar up on the wall. And it was like, do you know how much sugar you're having? And it had like a cup of Coke and it was like a bag of sugar.
Yeah.
And it had the equivalent. It's like heaps of sugar, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, we eat the worst food that we've ever eaten now and we live the longest. And that's real interesting how it's gotten that way. Yeah, medicine is obviously the best it can be always.
I don't
because
think we
you
eat
always
the
get
worst
better.
food we've ever eaten. We're eating. There was generations
we're getting
that,
better, but
that
a
just
lot of
didn't
people aren't.
eat. Because we're still... That's why people gorge themselves like fat cows, because...
Because they have the ability to.
No, yes, but it's still like we used to eat as much as you can because you got to store this because you don't know when you're going to eat again. The problem is with now, we know when we're going to eat again. We're going to eat again in 4 hours. But we still have to think we've got to intake as much as we can. That's why I was doing sort of, not really, but I was sort of doing like that intermediate fasting.
I'm doing it now. I've started this week.
Yeah, I was doing it by accident. I was eating dinner at 8, not having breakfast because I'm lazy, and having lunch at 1.
Yeah.
So I was doing it by accident.
Yeah.
And I remember telling people, they're like, "Oh, that's unhealthy." I'm like, "Cunt, I don't need to fucking eat every
Yeah,
3
yeah,
hours. It's okay to be hungry.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel hungry. We're not
Your body
peasants anymore.
No.
We can go get more food if we're
food
at
that
that
we're
point.
eating-
But some people just gorge themselves.
100%. And the reason why I'm doing it now is, I mean, I've always eaten breakfast. I've never not had breakfast.
And I've never.
I'm always super hungry, right? So
Yes, but you
this
are
is the
also very
first,
fat.
I'm not your fucking ass. This is the first, not the first time, but one of the first times where I'm actually saying to myself, I wonder if I can do it. Every other time with anything,
As soon
like,
as
I
you
go to
feel
gym,
hungry,
right?
you will eat.
Anytime I go to the gym, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the gym because like I kind of enjoy it and I like the results I get. But I'm not doing it because like I'm like, let's see how ripped I can get, or let's see if I challenge myself, I can get results. That's not why I do it, right? And that's why I've never tried to go on a diet. I've never tried, like I eat well already. So that's kind of
What were you eating when I rocked up?
Subway. Not terrible. There's worse foods to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Like human.
But, well, with Subway, I'm doing that because I'm on the road. I hadn't planned to have lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's... But anyway, I don't eat badly is my point. I'm not eating Subway for every meal.
No.
I'm not eating badly. Like,
And
I still already eat good, so which is a start, right?
To get massively fat,
You've
got to work at it.
A lot of shit food.
You've got to really
Every
work at
choice
it.
you make has to be like, I'm going to choose the shit option over the good one.
Yeah. And I have sympathy for people who can't control themselves or whatever. But I remember
It's a mental thing.
I remember going to uni with this guy who he was handsome.
Large.
No.
Oh, okay,
Good looking as
yeah.
fuck. Good looking, ripped.
Yep.
Arrogant douchebag.
Yep.
But I liked him because he was a fucking funny guy. He was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
And now this isn't me. I'm only repeating a story.
Right.
And he saw this obese lady walking around, and he's just like, "Look at that." and I'm like, "Oh well, doesn't matter." He's like, "When she was half that size, why didn't she think I'm going to stop?"
Yeah.
Okay,
I've heard that argument a lot of times, yeah.
Yeah, but I know people who can't help but eat shit
Correct.
when they're depressed or something.
Yeah.
So I have sympathy for that.
Or they just don't have the understanding of what good food actually does or what bad food actually does.
Yeah.
And they're in that addiction phase. They're in that like, I need the shit food because the shit food makes me feel good right when I eat it.
But you know what I think doesn't do anyone any favors? When there's like the acceptance of that body image. It's
Yeah.
like, no. The body image acceptance movement should be those who were disfigured as a result of birth defects or something. They should be treated just like everyone else. Everyone should be treated nice anyway. But
If you like eating shit food and then you go, I'm fat proud or whatever like that.
Why are you proud of that?
Yeah.
Of being a glutton, of being lazy, I've sympathy, like I said, if it's some sort of mental disorder.
I think...
But when it's like, you need to accept this, I'm not accepting it.
Yeah.
The problem is you'll be dead at 50.
The problem that I have with it is more the fact that it's like you're advertising for it.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
No one said be ashamed.
Yeah.
Like, don't be ashamed.
Yeah,
but
there's
be
a sense of like...
proud of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not that good to be
Yeah.
proud of being a glutton.
Yeah.
It's
That's like
weird.
being proud of being a rapist.
Yeah, or a smoker. I think rapist is too far.
I was going to see how you reacted and you said, yeah.
I think rapist is... But being fat, I think, is on par with being a smoker.
Yeah.
There's no movement of...
There's no
movement of being accepting of smokers. They're addicted to that.
Yeah.
The same way a fat person might be addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's like smokers, we hate smokers. They are shafted. They are put outside.
I think
They don't even
smokers
put
love
outside.
being smokers, though.
They're put out further that if you're
Within
standing fucking
within
2
the
meters,
10 meters,
yeah, we'll shoot you.
I think the smoking thing's interesting because I think obviously 95% of people that start smoking do it because they think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Whereas
I've always thought
no
that.
one's going, I'm fucking sick. I'm eating Maccas. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't smoke, but I have been smoking cigars lately.
Have ya?
I fucking love it.
Is that because you saw him doing it on fucking comedians in cars getting coffee,
Nah,
Bill
but-
Burr episode, and they're like,
Nah, Bill Burr does talk about cigars.
Yeah.
Nah, me and Brody have been smoking them. I generally try to have just one a month, so it's not like it's...
what's
all
the... Tell me.
It makes me feel good. I
Like
feel
in
better.
what- is it because of
Relaxing.
Mad Men?
Mad Men. They don't smoke cigars in Mad Men.
Don't they?
No, they smoke cigarettes. I'm sure they probably smoke cigars sometimes. It's
Yeah.
like it's like relaxing. It is
Yeah?
that relaxing smoking a good cigar.
I've had cigars and I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I really like it.
I wouldn't choose to go out and do it though. It's a bit...
No, I'm smoking ones that I've got for presents from blah blah blah.
How many cigars have you got for presents?
A lot.
Why?
Husey buys things and doesn't use them. He's moved out actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've lived together for 7 years. 7 years, 8 years maybe.
Did you cry?
No.
Did you laugh?
Yes.
Did you fucking punch him in the face?
No. No. Yeah, smoking and chubby people, I think, are on par. They should be treated. It's like, I want you to not smoke because I want you to not die. I want you to not be big because I want you to not die. Generally, if you're overweight, there's a high chance you're going to die
There's
earlier.
a different thing with obesity is the mental health side of it, and that doesn't happen with smoking.
Yeah,
The-
but
the-
smoking is a mental health issue because people are addicted to
Yeah,
it.
but it's not mental health. It's not like...
It's literally an addiction.
It's not like depression, though.
No, but
can-
it can be anger. If I don't get a smoke, I'm going to punch a hole in the wall.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not the same because you can't tell, or you can sometimes, but if you saw someone that is a smoker, you don't necessarily know that they're a smoker. They might look like one and they might be
smell
one.
like one.
Yeah, but from afar, you can tell if someone's a fucking fat laugh. That's bad, but you can tell if someone is obese and they can tell that they're obese.
Yeah.
There's not the same mental stigma and potentially shame that comes with being a fat person that there is with being a cigarette
But
smoker.
what I don't get, the only thing I don't get, it's so funny, got to qualify everything. Like I said earlier, we've got to qualify the podcast. Marty and Stu have no clue. We have no qualification to make any assessment
We're
on
not
anything.
scientists.
We are only trying to do this
We
for
watch
entertainment
YouTube
and
for
humour.
most of our life.
Yes. So fuck off. But big people, it's like, it's hard to work out. Correct. I'm not saying go on a marathon. Walk 2 minutes.
Yeah,
And
they
they
probably
can
got hip problems
and then
though,
walk back.
and knee problems. And,
Stretch.
Yeah.
I have knee problems. Sucks. And I have hip problems. Stretch that motherfucker up. And then I can do a bit more.
Yep. They've
So-
gone too far, a lot of them, and
It's just the acceptance of it. And I'm not saying you don't accept them as a human. They are good humans, definitely. I'm related to big people, and I'm engaged with them all the time. And
You're
I
engaged with them?
Socially. And I love them. But
It's unhealthy.
it's not something to be proud of.
Yeah. No, I think the advertising of being like a spokesperson for that community. It's like, what community? A community of unhealthy people? People that have generally, there probably is something wrong in their head that they, not always.
Not always,
Not
man.
always.
I reckon not always. Maybe what? 20% of the time? I don't know.
Nah, 50 at least.
These stats are based on
Nothing.
your research that you've done.
What's your 20% based on? Fuck all.
I've been watching Seinfeld, and season 2 of Seinfeld has the scene. Season 2 or 3, Jerry's on the train, and there's a big fat guy in front of him, and he's just whatever, doesn't matter. And then Jerry falls asleep, and then he sort of wakes up later on, and the big fat guy is naked, reading the newspaper, and Jerry's like, "All right, what's this?" And the guy goes, "I'm not ashamed of my body," and Jerry goes, "Well, you should be." That's a start. And I always thought about that with working out. I think Scrubs. You watch Scrubs?
Yeah.
Dr. Cox. I think he talks about it his character talks about it, where once you think you look good, you stop going to the gym.
Yeah.
Totally unhealthy, but it's like, if you keep on looking in the mirror and seeing a disgusting loser, you'll go to the gym.
Yeah. There's a lot to that. There's personality. Personality, past issues, health issues. If all of these things are stacking on each other, you're not going to want to help yourself. You're more... Because it's harder to be good to yourself than it is to be bad to yourself. It's much easier to be bad to yourself.
Yeah, but it's also easy to fall back on, I don't need to try harder to be better because you need to accept me as I am.
I agree.
I'm not going to not accept you either way.
Yeah.
If you're a member
Some
of my
people
family
think
or
that's-
community or my friends, I'm going to like you regardless. If I see you in the street and I bump into you because you're taking up half the sidewalk, I'm going to say, "Oops, sorry," and be polite.
Yeah.
No one has anything against you.
Yeah, I know.
It's just,
Yeah.
I would rather see you be healthy.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
whatever. We're
Yeah.
harping on.